Hey guys, Liana here. Yes, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm still playing Bloodborne, and this is pretty late game. Why are you shooting me there? I haven't even seen the minutes shooting at me. It's pretty late game. There's a giant freak monster on top of the, stop that, on top of the chapel, whatever the heck it is, and things are already shooting at me before I have even had a chance to snap. Yes, it's Bloodborne. But, I'm determined to finish this game come hell or high water. And that's probably foolish because it's very hard and just getting harder. Ow, 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 I want my blood echoes, thank you. And if I die again here, I'll go and grind somewhere so you guys can watch consistent gameplay and not constantly repetitive respawns after I die. Because I've died a lot in this one particular section. So, because there's a bell ringer here. She's inside the building. But until you get rid of her, she brings dudes back to life. And it's annoying. So, but a great many things annoy me about this whole thing, as you guys know. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about, what the heck was that noise? Whoa, hey. That was a hey stupid, there's somebody behind you. First of all, I want to express a little personal note. I'm super proud of Stacy from Vintage Truth. She was cornered by some rather nasty people the other day on Twitter accusing her of false stuff. And instead of, getting her back up and hello, and, responding in kind with the name calling and stuff like that, she just told a very poignant truth and spoke from a place of, at the risk of being corny, love and friendship, and I thought that was super cool. And I'm just gonna run past these dudes right now, because it's the only thing you can do once you get down here, until you get to the building. And then you go over here, and you kill this stupid person. Or are any of these people technically people? Monsters aren't people. Whoa, what happened there? Something like shocked him, I think because I killed the bell ringer. See, that's how it's done in this part, but then there's still the rifle guys. But, and once again, yes, they've all just come from a Guar concert. Yes, okay. But, screw off. So yeah, I was really proud of Stacy because she didn't take the bait. She was really upset at these people because being accused of bigotry when you are anything but hurts for obvious reasons. But she didn't do what I've seen so many people do, which is just, double down and make a sort of a two wrongs make a right scenario, which never works. It doesn't. Oh yeah, I've been in here already. She just sort of spoke from her heart, and that's so rare now. Wasn't trying to work the angles, wasn't trying to score points. She just told her story. And it was powerful, and it was awesome, and it's about a friend she lost, and it was really, really great. And I'm not going to get into details because they're not necessary. It was just a beautiful thing, and I'm proud of her. I hear you. There is somebody following me, or somebody splurching somewhere. What? But, oh, jeez. That's not creepy at all. Oh, I see you. I see you and you are ugly. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about today. Second thing I wanted to talk about today is, did you guys see this story about people are being discouraged from lining up for the Apple Watch now? That all of a sudden they don't want people standing outside the stores to get the Apple Watches? And there's various reasons why, but one reason was that they don't want that sort of culture anymore. They want to be a high-end brand. and that's not consistent with a high-end brand, yada, 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 yada. Aren't tech products supposed to be about, and I know this is silly, as I'm saying it, oh, I'm gonna have to go down there. This sucks. As I say this, I know this is foolish. The idea that, yeah, tech products are supposed to be about quality and convenience and not about image and, you know, the new version of sports cars and all that shiza. Whoa! He got the same idea I did. But it really does make me go, because to me, technology is all about what can it do for me? You know, I'm not into the cultures of game consoles. I'm not into the culture of PC component companies. What do they do? Are they good? Do they make good products? That's all I care about. And do I have something in my inventory that could help me here? Beast blood pile. What is beast? Okay, I've never tried this before. Let's try it. That didn't do much of anything. Oh well, time to die. But, you know, I'm getting super annoyed of and this is just me being a curmudgeon and me being a bit of an anti-hipster, yes, that's a thing, about just sort of, you know, holy crap, these people are freaky, about the whole idea of tech culture. And I know it's a thing, but it drives me crazy that it's a thing. Because I personally think that the minute we get hung up on the cultural aspects of devices that are supposed to work for us, then we start getting into silliness and we start throwing a lot of money at things that really don't do, you know, nearly enough for the price. I hear footsteps. Where are you coming to get me? There, jerks. And, you know, the example I use is, you know, cell phones. The line I may have said this on one of these videos before, but it's true. People don't buy cell phones. There's a bell ringer somewhere. Oh no. What the hell did I get hit with? But people don't buy a cell phone because it's the right functions for what they need and all that good stuff. People buy cell phones because they'll impress the absolute dumbest friend they have. Ow, that's what's killing me. You've got like a hand cannon or something. Okay, you're dead now. And that's always driven me crazy. It's always totally driven me crazy because, you're behind the thing. Because people end up with too much device. And by too much device, they end up with this massive phone that they've spent $600 on and they don't know how to use. So it's just a $600 status symbol. And that drives up the price for people who actually would sort of know how to use these devices and get actual enjoyment out of them. And that's the kind of stuff that really bugs me. Because it's people who just want to look cool. You know, diminishing the access to technology for other people who, you know, don't have money to burn but would appreciate it more. Because there's always shortages. I mean, we know there's going to be shortages of the Apple Watch, right? They're already warning people to order it online because guess what? We're not going to have enough. And this is the other thing that makes me nuts. I mean, the air? Okay. You know, the console shortages, remember, I forget if it was this holiday or last. Those, I believe, were accidental. You know, the targets were not, nobody expected these consoles to sell as well as they did, especially not the PS4. It was very strange. It was unexpected by everyone, I think especially PlayStation, that there were going to be this many units in people's homes, and that's led to something of a domino effect. But that was unintentional. And yes, you don't want to have unnecessary stock sitting on shelves, because then that looks like, you know, the product's not selling. If you've got too much, you know, it's like with action figures and that one figure nobody wanted to buy, you know, Meowth from Pokemon, that kind of stuff. Nobody wants to be Meowth from Pokemon. And nobody wants to have, you know, discount consoles at, well, we have a drugstore chain up here called Shoppers Drug Mart that sells like really, really old game consoles. Last I checked, one of them near me was still selling like PS2 games. And that's what you don't want to be. But I also don't think, and this is just, you know, from my own background growing up, Atari generation, proud, you know, I even played games on a Commodore 64, but I didn't have a Commodore 64. Friends of, the kids of a friend of my dad's had a Commodore 64. And can I get through there? No, I can't. Why not? But, you know, I thought the Commodore 64 was just the coolest thing, probably because I didn't have it. But Atari was for Space Invaders and Pac-Man, and, you know, we could afford maybe 3-4 games a year. Now, granted, those games back then were $50 in 1980. But we played the snot out of those games. And I admit I get a little bit nostalgic playing games like Bloodborne that are obviously intended to be replayed a lot, because you screw up a lot your first time through, and there's all these things that you kind of figure out a little too late how to do, and it's intended for people to spend a lot of time with them. And it kind of reminds me of the days, am I backtracking? Yes, I am. It reminds me of the days where you got one game and you played it forever. Because games are expensive, and you didn't expect to get a new game, you know, every month. That's crazy sounding. But you told me as a kid that people would be, you know, buying 3, 4, 5 video games a month. I would have been like, what? What is this paradise? But I don't really know if it is a paradise. I wonder if we're, you know, this is a half-baked idea, so I'm not going to go any further. But when I see stuff like the Apple Watch, and before we go any further, before people start getting really upset, I'm not going after the entire concept of smartwatches. That's not what I'm on about here. I know people that own smartwatches. Some people really enjoy them because they don't have to fumble with their devices on the go. Where is that bell ringer? I hate those things. But, you know, it has a purpose for certain things. I've seen it. And some people do prefer to wear a watch, and why not have your watch do a few extra things? But there's a laser. There is a laser. Hello. Oh, no. There's so many dudes. So, you know, the concept of a smartwatch in itself, all well and good, right? It is what it is. It's just this, you know, this feeding frenzy for it. And the idea that people are lining up for a watch. No, they're not lining up for a watch. They're not even lining up for a smartwatch. They're lining up for the latest Apple product. And it just, it chafes me. Yes, chafing, and chafing is bad. Where's that fire coming from? That these people with more money than brains are buying these overpriced devices and don't know how to use them. And everything would be fine. It's fine to have more money than brains. Good for you. That means you're a success. People should have more money than brains. But you should know how to use the devices you're buying, at least on a preliminary level, right? And so many of these people have these things, and they can't do anything with them. So why are they buying these devices? Well, because some commercial with some band of the moment, with some weird song you can't get out of your head, or Go You Chicken Fat Go, told them to buy it. Or, you know, some song about porn that nobody knows. No, is actually about porn. I am not dying here today. Hey, screw off. So that's the thing that sort of bugs me about it, is people don't even know what they're buying. They're buying into a culture. And the thing that bugs me about that is that there are people out there who legitimately know what this stuff does and knows, you know, I'm gonna die, I'm so screwed. Oh, you know, there are legitimate people who know how to use this stuff who can't afford it and can't get access to this stuff, can't even get one in stock because of twits who are just buying it because they want to show it off. And I mean, this is a first generation device, I believe. We have heard so much about the Apple Watch, I swear it's been out already. But this is a first generation device. Do we remember the first generation iPad? Do you remember the first generation everything? You know, I don't understand these people who rush to go out and buy something that nobody's even touched. Nobody's really gotten a sense, because you know they're not letting people handle this stuff or sample this stuff who are going to be critical of it. No, that's crazy. That's not how business works. They're gonna let people handle it who are gonna be wowed by it. That's the way the market works. So it's better, you never buy a first generation device in the first 6 months it's on the market. You wait until you find out what the issues are with it, what it really does, what the benefits really are. And then you make up your mind whether it's the right product for you. And, oh, the stupid bell ringers. And this is the part where I get lazy and bored and start dying a lot because I hate the repetition. But yeah, that's sort of what I've been watching this week, because the only other things I could really talk about are people being just horrible to each other, and I don't want to do that. I've, you know, to those of you I've had private conversations with this week, very tough private conversations, I admit. I've gone hard on some people because I think that, you know, we need something of a reality check of the stuff we're going to the wall with each other over. And that's where I'm sort of at right now, is the idea that I'm not going to waste my energy fighting over something that isn't worth fighting for. It doesn't matter what it is. If I don't feel like it's really something that, you know, is going to make somebody's lives legitimately better or worse, I couldn't give a crap what someone thinks. You know, I really couldn't care how angry or dumb or just plain uninformed somebody is. Unless they actually have the power to act on their words, I'm not getting involved. Just not. Hey, are you going to actually fall over? No, you're just stunned. Okay. That's just where I'm at right now, because there's so many cool things to talk about and so many neat things coming out, because we're in that, you know, cool period between GDC and E3 where we can spend some time with games that wouldn't necessarily get as much attention. And, you know, I think Bloodborne's one of those. I think that the only reason so many people have decided to play this game is because it's an exclusive. I mean, it's pretty cool that people are playing this game that have never played a Souls game before. But, you know, are they going to finish it? That's a topic for another time. But yeah, I'm just really, and maybe because it's, you know, I'm older, or it's because I'm cranky or whatever, but I still absolutely love products in, you know, tech and in games. I'm just getting increasingly tired of the culture, you know, the lingo and the way of, you know, interacting with each other and all that stuff. I'm just getting burned out of all that. And I know this is a temporary thing, you know. I'm not gonna go all emo and write a whole thing about how whoa or anything like that. It's, you know, I know this is ennui, but it's it's something I think needs to be said. And I only speak for myself, you know, I'm not going to do that. I've spoken to other people and they feel the same way thing. That's not my style. I know other people like to take that approach to these issues, but I haven't talked to anybody about this. I've been going at it myself. I have talked to other people about treatment of others online. I have. I've had some very serious conversations regarding that because I'm tired of seeing people getting torn apart for stupid reasons. And they are stupid reasons. If you don't know somebody personally and they actually can't impact your life or the lives of people around you, don't try to get them fired. I don't care what they've done. People have the right to their opinions and people have the right to be wrong. And the problem is we keep having this discussion, right? Which means we keep having to have this discussion, and that is disturbing. Whoa, so's that. So, you know, I tried to figure out something to talk about today. Whoa, hello. That wasn't, you know, strictly cultural, but was because, you know, unfortunately there aren't that many games out right now. Although, holy crap, have you seen the advanced stuff for Rainbow Six Siege? Yes, I'm so stoked for that game. And that's just because I did get a, well, I guess it was an alpha hands-on at E3 last year, and it played so smooth. It was so fast-paced and so, like, everything you want cooperative, you know, cooperative, competitive, team-based multiplayer to be. It was amazing. It was, you know, there's a lot to do, but it's amazing how quickly you learn it. And ouch. I've died in this spot so many freaking times because there's two of them. And, you know, oh, not another one. But, you know, it's really cool. And I'm going to stop there because this is, you know, I've died, what, 3-4 times now? I hate dying repeatedly in these videos. But that's the nature of the experience of Bloodborne. So I hope that was somewhat coherent. Hope it gave you guys a little bit of content. I am still taking suggestions about what to talk about. The only issue this week is the stuff that's been requested is stuff I have absolutely zero interest in wading into. It's not worth it. It's highly opinion-based. People don't seem to give a damn about what other people think. So it's just not worth the backlash because, as I said, at the end of the day, it really doesn't affect that many people outside of a very narrow bubble. And, you know, I would prefer to spend time talking about stuff that's a bit more, not, I won't say relevant, because that sounds, you know, that just sounds trying way too hard to be Pulitzer Prize, when I'm more of a pull my finger prize type of person. But, you know, I do want to do stuff that people have a, you know, small chance in a frozen hell of actually caring about and relating to. And that's the problem, is some of these, you know, game culture or online community issues have become so inside, and the awareness of the situation and the, you know, the various situations has become so fractured that there's really no way to have a conversation on this scale about it. So that's, just so you guys know, that's sort of what I consider regarding that. I am going to eventually talk about that study that came out. Whoa, did you guys see that? It became max headroom on me for a minute. But I am eventually going to talk about that study, about the 3-year study of there being, you know, no link in this study between sexist content and sexist attitudes. But I want to digest that a little more. And I might do it for Feedback Friday tomorrow because it is sort of relevant. I might do it for Talk Tales Tuesday. I might do it both days because it might require both. I just haven't had a chance to read the actual study yet. And, you know, word to the wise, don't read abstracts and think you've read the whole study. You've actually got to read the study. And I haven't been able to do that yet. Hey, what's this? So that's what I'm waiting on there. And I know there are people who are very interested in my ideas on that for obvious reasons, because I accidentally sort of predicted that outcome. Because it was directly on, you know, cultivated ideas and the stuff I talked about in the series. But yeah, I'm still digesting that one because because it is dense. I mean, it's so far it seems okay. It seems like a well-run bit of research, but I don't want to just assume it's accurate just because it agrees with me. I'm not going to fall into that trap. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. That is coming down the pipe. Don't worry. I'm not going to let that one go by. But we shall talk to you guys maybe about that tomorrow. Okay, bye!